Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 18th of February 1984, and the title is Brahmin Life is the Invaluable Life. Today, the ocean of love has come to celebrate a meeting with the children who are always absorbed in love. Just as you remember the Father with love, in the same way, in order to give multi-million-fold return to the loving children, the Father comes into the corporeal world to celebrate a meeting. The Father makes you children bodiless and incorporeal, the same as He is, and the children, with love, make the incorporeal and subtle fathers corporeal, the same as they are. This is the wonder of the children's love. Seeing the wonder of the children's love, Bap-Dada is pleased. The Father sings songs of the children's virtues, of how they are becoming equal to the Father by being constantly colored by the Father's company. Bap-Dada calls such children who follow the Father obedient, faithful, trustworthy, true, invaluable jewels. Compared to you children, even physical diamonds and jewels are like dust. You are so invaluable. Do you experience yourselves to be the victorious, invaluable jewels of the garland around Bap-Dada's neck? Do you have such self-respect? Double foreign children have the intoxication and happiness that although they are very far away, Bap-Dada has selected them from faraway land and made them belong to him. The world is looking for the Father, whereas the Father has found you. Do you consider yourselves to be this? The world is calling out to him to come here. And what song do all of you sing number-wise? I sit with you, I eat with you, and I always live with you. There is such a difference between calling out and being in constant company. It is the difference of day and night, is it not? There is such a difference between souls who are thirsty for imperishable attainment, even for a second, and you souls who are embodiments of attainment. Those souls constantly sing songs, whereas you are those who constantly sit in the Father's lap. They are those who cry out, and you are those who follow His directions at every step. They are thirsty for just a glimpse, and you are those who have been made by the Father an image that grants visions. Let them experience a bit more pain and sorrow, and then see how they come in front of you thirsting for a second's glimpse or a second's drishti from all of you. Now you invite them and call them. At that time, they will make a lot of effort to meet you for even a second. Please let us meet you. All of you will have the practical form of being an embodiment that grants visions. Amongst you children too, you will recognize the importance of your elevated life and elevated attainment a lot more at such a time. Now, because of carelessness and being ordinary, you even forget your greatness and your specialty. However, when souls who lack attainment come in front of you, thirsting for attainment, you will experience more who you are and who they are. At the moment, because you easily receive many treasures from Bap-Dada, You sometimes consider your value and even the treasures to be ordinary. However, every elevated version, every second, and every breath of Brahmin life is so elevated. You will experience this a lot more as you progress further. Every second of Brahmin life creates not just a reward for one birth, but for many births. A second gone means a reward for many births gone. You are the elevated souls with such an invaluable life. You are such special souls with an elevated fortune. Do you understand who you are? Baba has come to meet such elevated children. You double foreign children constantly remember this, do you not? Or is it that you sometimes forget and sometimes remember? You have become embodiments of remembrance, have you not? Those who have become an embodiment can never forget. Don't become those who have to remember, but become embodiments of remembrance. Acha, to those who constantly celebrate a meeting, to those who are constantly colored by the Father's company, to those who understand the importance of all attainments of the self and time, to those who constantly follow the Father at every step, to such long lost and now found obedient children, Bab Dada's love, remembrance, and Namaste. Bab Dada meeting new children who have come from Poland and other countries. Do all of you consider yourselves to be fortunate? What fortune do you have? To come to this elevated land is the greatest fortune of all. This land is the land of the great pilgrimage. To have arrived here is fortune anyway. So what more will you now do? Stay in remembrance. Constantly continue to increase the practice of remembrance. However much each of you learns, continue to increase that. If you constantly continue to maintain relationship, then with that relationship, you will continue to attain a great deal. Why? In today's world, everyone wants both happiness and peace. So both of these can be attained for all time through the practice of this Raja Yoga. If you want this attainment, the easy method is this. Don't let go of it. Keep it with you. You will receive a lot of happiness. It will be as though you have received a mine of happiness, through which you will be able to distribute true happiness to others. Relate this to others and also show this path to others. There are so many souls in the world, but out of all of those souls, it is you, few souls, who have reached here. This is also a sign of great fortune. You have reached the Shanti Kund powerhouse. Peace is essential for everyone. To be peaceful themselves and continue to give everyone peace is the specialty of humans. If there is no peace, what is the life of a human being? You have spiritual, imperishable peace. You can show yourself and many others the way to attain real peace. You will become charitable souls. It is such a great charity to give peace to a peaceless soul. First of all, become full yourself, and then you can become charitable souls to others. There is no other charity like this. You can show unhappy souls the sparkle of peace and happiness. Where there is love, the thought of the heart is fulfilled. Continue to move along as the messengers who give the message that you have just received from the Father. Bapdada meeting servers. The lottery of service makes you full for all time. By doing service, you become full of treasures for all time. All of you did number one service. All of you are those who claim the first prize. Are you not? The first prize is to remain content and to make everyone content. So, what do you think? For the number of days that you did service, did you remain content all of that time and also make others content? Or did some of you become upset? If you remained content and made others content, you are number one. To be victorious in every task means to be number one. This is success. Don't allow yourselves to be distributed and don't disturb others. This is a victory. Therefore, you are such victorious jewels for all time. Victory is the right of the confluence age because you are master almighty authorities. True serviceable souls are those who constantly have spiritual vision, a spiritual attitude, and as spiritual roses make all spirits happy. So, for however long you served, did you serve as a spiritual rose? There weren't any thorns in between, were they? Did you always maintain spiritual awareness? That is, did you always stay in the stage of a spiritual rose? Just as you practice this here, in the same way, maintain such an elevated stage at your own places. Don't come down, no matter what happens or what the atmosphere is like. Roses live amidst thorns and yet constantly continue to give fragrance. They don't become thorns while living amidst thorns. In the same way, spiritual roses always stay beyond the influence of the atmosphere and remain loving and detached. When you get back, don't write, "What can I do? Maya came." You are going back as those who are constant conquerors of Maya. Are you not? Don't give Maya permission to come. Keep the door closed for all time. The double lock is remembrance and service. Maya cannot come where there is a double lock. Bapdada meeting Dadiji and other senior sisters. Just as the Father constantly increases the zeal and enthusiasm of you children, in the same way, it is you children who follow the Father. Bapdada is especially congratulating all of you teachers who have come from this land and abroad for service. Each one of you, consider yourself to have a right to love and remembrance personally by name and give yourself love in that way. If Baba were to sing each one's praise individually, how many people's praise could he sing? All of you have made a lot of effort. You have progressed well since last year, and in the future too, you will continue to progress the maximum for yourself and also in service. Do you understand? Don't think that Bapdada hasn't spoken to you. He is speaking to all of you. Devotees are making effort to remember the Father's name and are thinking that the Father's name should remain on their lips, whereas whose name is on the Father's lips? The names of you children are on the Father's lips. Do you understand? Acha. Blessing. May you be a constantly powerful soul, and with your controlling power, control yourself and put a full stop. The Father's form is a point, and the form of the soul is a point. By having the awareness of both, you become powerful in being able to apply a full stop, that is, a point. Powerful souls have the controlling power to be able to control the self. They don't control others, but they control themselves and use the power of transformation. They have the power to make wrong right. They never say, "Do I alone have to die? Do I alone have to tolerate?" A powerful soul never thinks that that is dying, but is claiming self-sovereignty for heaven. Slogan: only those who have the specialty of determination in their every thought can become instruments to reveal the Father. Om Shanti